What is up everyone and welcome to a really quick IMNC rant video. And of course, this is the series where you get to hear me rant about whatever topic. It does not have to be technology related. This time it is kind of tech related, mainly game related. I'm going to sit here, I'm going to rant a little bit, not too much because nobody likes to hear anyone rant for longer than sort of 5 minutes or whatever because it can get a bit extreme. Of course, you are welcome to post your opinions in the comment section down below if you disagree with me, if you agree with me or whatever, but this is my opinion, this is how it stands. I am not out to offend anyone or to upset anyone, but I am going to rant about this because it's not a big issue in the world today. You know, there are far worse things going on, but this is something that has annoyed me. It annoyed me yesterday and I'm going to talk about it today. So let's get right into it. Let's start ranting. So you guys are watching this on Tuesday, I believe, but when I refer to yesterday, I mean Saturday, because I'm recording this on Sunday. I know that's a little bit confusing, but when I get, you know, into my rants and stuff, I'll probably say yesterday a couple of times. So I just want everyone to be clear that yesterday means Saturday, which refers to the final day for the Splatoon Testfire. Now, if you guys don't know what Splatoon is, if there's anyone watching this video that does not know what it is basically a new game from Nintendo that's on the Wii U system, and they have been doing what they call test fires, which are basically server stress tests by allowing users, or players rather, to play the game for 1 hour, you know, with limited access to the game by downloading a special app and playing it as a demo totally for free, just so that they can test fire the game. It's a really cool idea and they've done it quite a few times previously, but yesterday was my first time and it happened to be the last test fire, so I managed to catch it just in time, but also I managed to catch the one that had the most drama involved. And you guys may have seen a couple of tweets from me and stuff, but I'm going to talk to you and rant to you about particular elements of what happened. But first I'm going to have to explain the situation. So Nintendo announced that this test fire was going to take place for us in the UK between 11 and 12 in the night on Saturday, which is a great time. So you sit down at 11 PM, you boot it up and, you know, you play for an hour, and the game isn't coming out until the 29th, so that means you're waiting all week for the game. I pre-ordered my copy, by the way, I cannot wait. You know, you get to test it out, see what it's all about, learn the controls and stuff. There's a little tutorial, it's great. But what happened yesterday was everyone booted up at 11, went through the tutorial, and then nothing. More specifically, it was a, I believe, searching for players screen, something like that. I may put a photo of it around here somewhere because a load of people were posting photos on Instagram and stuff, including myself, but my text was a little bit different from most people's. So where does the rant come in? The rant comes in actually after I explain the next bit. Of course, the servers were slammed, or something got shut down, or something was amiss somewhere along the way, and yeah, people could not join the games. Apparently some people had one game. I heard one person say they had 2 games, but I kind of, you know, doubt it. It got totally slammed and no one could join a game until about 12 midnight, which was when you could join a game. Now, what happened at 12? At 12, you could join a game, and you could play the game, and then you finished that round, you joined another round, you finished that round, you joined another round, finished it, had a great time playing, all the way until 1 AM in the morning, right? So that's an hour. Now, this is where the rant starts. It was buttery smooth. From midnight to 1, it was buttery smooth. It was without a hitch. I didn't get any glitches anyway, and I haven't read about anyone else getting any glitches. I had no issues with Splatoon at all from 12 until 1. So Nintendo gave us that hour. They said it was meant to be between 11 and 12. It was slammed, they had a problem, and instead of just shutting it down, they gave us from 12 until 1, which was an entire hour that was not scheduled. They gave it to us because they had issues. They managed to fix whatever issues they had within that, you know, hour time frame, which was meant to be the original test fire, and they got it online for us, and we all played and had an awesome time. So why am I ranting? It's all great, right? Wrong. There were several people on social media, because of course we all turned to social media to have a chat about it. Several people that were stating various things like this. if Nintendo can't get it to work, I'm not going to buy the game. Right? Okay. Fair. Okay, what? And the one that annoyed me a little bit more, and these are all rough, but there were all sorts of things like this floating around. If I can't play Splatoon within the next 5 minutes, I'm going to cancel my pre-order. It's like, what? What does that even... No, that didn't come into the thing, because the whole point of it was a test fire, and thank God a few people felt the same way as me on Twitter and were defending the game and defending Nintendo. The whole point of it was a test. The reason they're doing these test fires is to load balance their servers and to see if they can cope with the traffic. Now, at this point in time, maybe by Tuesday when you're watching this video, we'll know the cause of the issue. But at the moment, I haven't done loads of research. I don't know why the servers went down. I don't know the problem behind it. But if it was to do with too much traffic or whatever, then at least they know before the release of the game. Whether they have time to do anything about it or not, you know, who knows? I don't know how this stuff works at all. I'm not pretending to be an expert. But at least they know that it crashed. And it obviously crashed for a reason. Something broke. So they can fix that. And that means that when the game comes out on the 29th, it will be working. That was the whole point of the test fire. So these people that were saying, we're going to cancel our pre-orders, we're not going to buy the game, if these stability issues are a thing when Splatoon is launched, then it's going to be no fun, people aren't going to buy it. This was a test. Now, I will take back everything I said if Nintendo has stability issues on the 29th, on the 30th, on the 31st. I will take back everything I've said because, yeah, it's annoying, but the point still stands. It was a test. So Nintendo almost wanted something to go wrong, because when you test something out, something as complicated as that, you always want to see it fail so that you know where you can improve it. And that was the whole point. So what's my second little bit of the rant then? Okay, you have these people that say, oh man, and people are making jokes at the Wii U's expense and saying, oh look, Nintendo this, Wii U that. Do you know what I find crazy? I find it crazy that I can walk into a shop and see games on shelves. I can see a game there for Xbox One, a game there for PS4, a game there for PC, and I can say, that game is broken, that game is broken, that one is also broken. They were all terrible at release, but they had to be patched 1,000,000 times to get them to work. Okay, let's not exaggerate. Nothing worse than people that exaggerate in rants. They had to be patched 1, 2, maybe 3 times to even make them bootable. I can think of a few examples, but I'm not going to shift the blame. I'm not going to do that. And there are games sitting out there at the moment that are very, very glitchy and not perfect, and that are very, very non-stable on these consoles, because nothing is polished anymore. Now, when you look at a Nintendo console, you know you're going to get one thing. Maybe you're not going to get third-party support. You're not going to get the most powerful hardware. But one thing you're going to get is the first-party titles from Nintendo are polished, and they are polished beyond belief. They are perfect. I'll go that far as to say they are perfect, and everyone knows that Nintendo first-party games and most of the games that are coming out on the Wii U are perfect, and the phrase that I have been using, buttery smooth. Whereas stuff that's coming out on other consoles, you know, even stuff as big as Halo, certain versions of Halo that have come out, aren't perfect and they need to be patched. So the fact that Splatoon was a test and people were saying, oh man, Wii U isn't perfect, blah, blah, blah. The fact that it was a test and, you know, stuff could have gone wrong, stuff was allowed to go wrong, the game isn't even out yet, you haven't paid money to play it, and people were saying, oh, it's broken, I'm not going to buy it. That was rage to me. And the fact that there are broken games being released at £40 and £50 all the time, and you don't get that on a Nintendo console, that kind of rests my case right there. I mean, I don't know where the logic is at all. Same goes for PC, other consoles, last gen, whatever. At least the Nintendo games are polished, and the whole reason they did the test fire was to make sure that Splatoon was a polished, smooth experience when it came out. Now, just as a couple of things, because I know a couple of people are going to say this, I am not a hater of the PS4 and Xbox One. They are vastly superior to the Wii U in pretty much every technical way. But I love games. I love the magic behind games. I'm also quite a Nintendo fan. You know, I may be fanboying a little bit, but that doesn't detract from the fact that my points are valid. They are valid, you know. I may be using also the wrong words to speak here because I'm not that good at that either. But the fact still stands. I I like everything else. I like the competition. I'm not just saying PS4 and Xbox One and PC is crap. I love Wii U. I'm not saying that at all. I just kind of thought it was unfair. You know, Nintendo, they're the lowest down out of everyone at the moment. You know, they've sold the least consoles by a long shot. And, you know, a lot of people call the Wii U a failure. So it's kind of like Nintendo are down a little bit at the moment, okay? They're smart though, they are clever. They have played their finances right so that they can survive throughout this possible console failure. They can survive, you know, throughout this entire generation. What is really annoying is Nintendo are a little bit down at the moment and people are kicking them when they're down. Splatoon is a great game, a really, really good game, and it took immense creativity to think something like that up. It's a brilliant, brilliant game, and I thoroughly enjoyed the Testfire of Splatoon. So Nintendo make one slight cock up and the servers go down for one reason or another, and people are kicking them and slagging them off and saying this and saying that and creating a hashtag and trying to get things trending that are basically talking crap about the Wii U, Splatoon, Nintendo, and everything that was related to the situation. And hey, they even gave you a mini game that you could play on your controller while you were waiting for the damn servers to go up. So who else thinks of that? You can't even play two games at the same time on any other console. So I don't know what to say really, guys. That was my rant. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate. I don't often do these IMNC rant videos, but that got to me, you know. Maybe I'm being too soft and I feel bad for Nintendo, and I shouldn't because they're a big boy company and they know what they're doing. But look, there was no need to slag them off. And if people have cancelled their pre-orders for the games, and if people have been swayed by this Testfire misfortune, if they have been swayed to not buy the game, then I do think that is utterly stupid, and those people will be missing out on a very, I can almost guarantee it, buttery smooth gaming experience of an awesome new game. So, before I rant any longer, that is me. I ranted for longer than I should have. Thank you very much for watching. Post your opinions down below in the comment section. Please give me a like if you agree, and also if you don't have a clue what I'm talking about, just randomly give me a like anyway, because you've got nothing to lose and it helps me out more than you guys can even begin to imagine. So huge thank you for watching, as I've said, and of course I will see you in tomorrow's video.